Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Astrology. My name is Shay, and if you're interested in what it is we're doing here, check the housekeeping in the comments. There you'll find my astrology predictions playlist where I spell everything out up until 2046 based on the planet and the time period. It's in order kind of as well as I could make it. And we're going to get started. I quickly want to address, I misspoke. In my last video, I said that there was a yod between Mars and the North Node. That's an inconjunct. It could be a yod if you have something in Aquarius at that 0 degrees, but no, it was just simply an inconjunct, and I had misspoke. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, you should also check the housekeeping in the comments. We're going today to talk about Mars and Taurus in 2036. It enters approximately January 26th. And this is real time for you to follow along with me. The other kind of things that I talk about before I find the first alignment is I don't typically talk about the Sun, Moon, Mercury, or Venus in these specific Mars videos. I only really talk about planets that I have spoken about in previous videos. Until I get some more funding to be able to do this more consistently, will I be able to have time to talk about those other planets and what it is they're doing and the alignments with them. It looks like the first alignment we're going to see is a semi-sextile to Chiron in Gemini. Chiron in this position is going to be teaching Mars. Chiron, let me first break down retrogrades real quick. Retrograde is when it appears as though the planet is moving backwards. It's not actually moving backwards. It just will appear that way to us. Imagine sitting in a vehicle at a stoplight and there's a car next to you moving forwards, but instead of you seeing them move forwards, you see yourself moving backwards. That's the feeling that a retrograde will give. Now, Chiron and Gemini. Chiron is the wounded healer of the zodiac. It is in mythology, the god that had multiple ailments that he could not heal himself, but he could heal and help other people heal. So in Gemini, this is duality of the mind. This is sibling relationships. And with Mars and Taurus, Mars is action, war, determination, conflict. And in Taurus, it is the bull of the zodiac, very comfortable, home-oriented. Taurus focuses on making sure self and house and environment is cared for. So Chiron, even though it is retrograde, which feels like your mentality and your mental health is moving backwards, and you're trying to help other people with their mental health, even though your mental health may be declining, that is teaching Mars and Taurus that, hey, maybe you should get out to go get help. Maybe you should here actively be focusing on if your environment is making you unhealthy, maybe this is the time that you think about whether or not your environment is healthy for you and you need to change up whatever it is that you've been doing and redirect yourself in a way that is healthier for you mentally. Maybe it is your physical environment that you're actively in, and it may be that in your physical environment you have people or siblings that are not healthy for you, that are taking away from your mental health. What is it that you can do to address that? We are going to see you at the next. And we had the moon on top of that as well, which is internalizing all of this healing and trying to view. And Gemini is so dual that it's like, well, anything could happen here. And yeah, the moon is always making alignments. I mean, we can always talk about the moon. We can really always talk about any planet. Again, if you'd like to book a reading with me, and I do want to mention, again, I am doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, and if you're interested. I believe the next alignment is going to be a sextile to Uranus here, which is retrograde in Cancer. Now, with the family drama that we have been seeing these past several videos and alignments, I do believe that this is another addition to that family drama bit, because if we were just talking about siblings and now we're talking about the mother figures, your grandmother, and nurturing the crazy, basically, that's what Uranus is to me. Is it's crazy, it's pop off, it rules electricity and like technology. It is a chaotic planet because it's ruled by Aquarius, which is the wild card of the zodiac. Even though planets and signs are not the same thing, I believe that their terminology is at least loosely interchangeable. But we have a sextile here, so even though it feels like the chaos is moving backwards, it's kind of retrograde, especially in Cancer, even though it's Uranus. Like there's so many things spinning that maybe at this moment there's like where we're enjoying the waves for this second. And because Mars in Taurus is trying to make the environment at home good. Sextile Uranus in Cancer, well, we are now benefiting a little more from these family relationships. This is, even though it's been chaotic, it is at least still, even though it may seem unpredictable, the unpredictability is becoming more predictable. And yes, there's chaos in the family, but you have this is a good place of acceptance with Mars, that you're comfortable knowing that this is what it is. And now that you have a better grasp on what is going on, you're comfortable with being able to handle the chaos. It's not saying that the chaos is good and that the chaos is acceptable. You have just accepted that there is chaos, right? Especially with your family, with your mother figures specifically. We are going to find what the next alignment is. Sorry, I'm not a singer. I just do that as like a thing. We have a conjunction now to Jupiter, which very quickly after this, we will have a square to Saturn, which is father figure related. But let's first talk about the conjunction to Jupiter. I've talked before about how when Jupiter is in Taurus, nobody is going to be able to speak, because whoever is the loudest speaker here, whoever is most aligned with the Taurus energy, is going to dominate the conversation. You're not going to be able to get a word in anywhere. Now, this is actively fixed. I'm doing what I'm doing in this way. You're making a statement. You're making a very big statement, and it's bold, and it's and whatever it is that you're going to be doing, that is what you're doing. Ain't nobody coming in. Nobody. And now the square, we're going to go ahead and include this square here to Saturn. This square here is saying, even though your father may be moving things backwards in a very, I don't want to say flamboyant, but it is charismatic, and Leos can be charming. And so this father figure in again, a lot of family stuff is going to be happening during this season. So this father figure, masculine man versus I'm going to do what I need to do in the biggest way that I need to do it. And if it's got to blow up, it's just going to blow up. And so this can also be, I would say brothers, but it's grandfathers and fathers specifically because of Saturn. And then the Leo here is like everything's got to revolve. It's wise for everything to revolve around me, and I should matter most. And so this time period is coming across as probably some of the most selfish time period. We also have Venus and Aries here. Venus in Aries is the most selfish lover. So all of this is screaming, I am being so selfish. And Now, I will say leading up to this, we have been selfless and we have been giving a lot of ourselves everywhere else. And we've needed to pay attention to who we are and what it is that we're doing and really look in the mirror. If looking in the mirror is coming across as selfish, now I have Leo placements, so maybe this is my bias showing. But I was raised, you can't take care of anyone else unless you take care of you first. With that said, the conflicts with your family over that, and maybe it's your family member that's coming across as being super selfish, I want you to think back through their life and through their history and say, okay, what it is it that has brought them to this place? Why are they is it acceptable to allow them this time in history to be selfish so that way they can come back to take care of others? Now, Leo likes to do for others for like the visual, like, did somebody see me help you? Did you say thank you when I helped you? It still comes back to them. But, they're giving in a way that they want credit for what they've given. And so if you're seeing a family member do this, maybe calling them out isn't the best option because it's going to blow up in your face and it's going to spin around, and I want you to remember their history. And if you're the person, or if you're the father figure that is maybe being super selfish and, look at everything that I've done for you, and, if you were going to bring it back up and throw it in somebody's face, maybe you shouldn't have fucking done it, excuse my language, at all. We're going to move on now because I'm already past my 10-minute mark, I believe. And yeah, this does last in the mid-February of 2036 for at least a couple of days. I'm trying to see what the next alignment is going to be here. So give me just a moment. But yeah, is it acceptable to be that selfish? Or, in this time period will make more sense the closer we get to this time in history, of course. And Mercury was conjunct Pluto, and then directly after we have Mars square Pluto, and Venus and Neptune are right on top of each other in Aries. Oh, gravy. Okay, let's focus on this square to Pluto here. So the transformation of your society and your community and is not in alignment with how you're trying to act for your immediate environment. It's like if your immediate environment is not environmentally friendly, then the rest of society is angry that you specifically are not being environmentally friendly enough. And all this, like, yes, we do want a clean atmosphere and we want a healthy earth. What we don't want is more conflict. And Pluto in Aquarius, this is going to randomly come up and randomly be a issue that, like, okay, sure, it was already an issue, but the amount that it is going to just spring into action now I'm saying environmentalism because of Taurus here. Society is the Aquarius term. Pluto is the, transformation of Mother Earth, basically. And Mars is going to be how are we acting for the environment in this big transformational societal way. So it could be, if you're one of the few left without an electric car, everybody is demonizing you. You're getting eggs thrown on your car kind of thing. So that's... Aquarius is so random. I'll quickly mention the 22 degrees conjunction between Venus and Neptune, which is your relationship with your God. 22 degrees is an angel number. It is balance. And so this good emotional relational balance that you have with your God is at least that when you get to the other side, that's the opinion that matters. That's the relationship that matters at the end of the day. And everybody else can say and do whatever everybody else is going to say and do. because you've got God by you, or, I say God just because a lot of people can relate, but higher power, greater spiritual energy, whatever you deem desired to call that, is what I'm talking about. And then, of course, Mercury being involved in Aquarius is, if you're going to speak at this time, it's going to potentially come out strange. So whatever it is that you do end up having to say. Mars then semi-sextiles Neptune at 22 degrees. So Mars is going to be teaching Neptune at this time, which kind of doesn't make sense because Mars is ruled by Aries and Neptune is in Aries. So I don't know if Aries is really going to learn this lesson, because as quickly as they remember, they can forget. And so I don't know that this lesson is going to really be learned, especially if you're a fire sign. So fire signs, please pay attention to the signs, right? But Mars is trying to teach, and again, this is at 22 degrees, which is a great degree. Mars is trying to teach that being environmentally friendly and being at one with nature and being comfortable in your home and in your immediate environment is what is going to spiritually bring you up. Because Neptune is about this. What is spirit trying to learn here? Is that you have to be secure in your environment. You have to be secure in your home in order to do these bigger projects and these bigger things. And if you're homeless, if you don't even have a home, if you don't even have nowhere to go, like, you're in survival mode. And survival mode's not good for you. So, and of course, there's other alignments and things that I feel like are bringing us very quickly into a major depression, because I did say around this time period, money is going to be and look very different than it did here in 2026 when I am filming this. So it could very easily be that we have done some big changes, and I did mention that there were big changes coming up in some other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to this next alignment, because I am at double of 10 minutes of astrology, and I've done that the past couple of videos, and I need to quit doing that because my phone really doesn't have the capacity for this. This is a very interesting reading, though. I don't know, other than maybe this trine to Lilith, which I'm not going to discuss because I haven't really talked about Lilith before. I don't really like talking about the nodes because I often don't have enough time, clearly. And so I believe that the next thing we're going to discuss is Mars entering into Gemini. And then I'm going to tell you, peace out, fam. Much love. So yes, it enters into Gemini approximately March 15th, 2036. Thanks for watching. Peace out, fam.